Headquarters Service Company, all attend. Who? Right.
Company, attend. Who? All right. Right. Hey, attend. Who? All right. Who? Report.
Headquarters Service Company, all present or accounted for.
Company A, all present or accounted for. Company C, all present and or accounted for. Present or accounted for. Take your post. Personnel to be awarded.
The President of the United States takes pride in presenting the Bronze Star Medal to Sergeant Thaddeus Herber, United States Marine Corps, for service as set forth in the following. For heroic service in connection with combat operations against the enemy while serving as a scout section leader, Company C, 1st Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion, Regimental Combat Team 5, 2nd Marine Division Forward, 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force Forward, Afghanistan. On 31 December 2011, in support of Operation. As his patrol returned fire, Sergeant Herbert saw that a Marine had been shot in the thigh and had fallen to the ground. Under fire, Sergeant Herbert moved to the injured Marine's location, shielded him with his body, and rendered aid while simultaneously reporting the medical evacuation information to the patrol leader. Seeing that his Sergeant Herbert returned to his section and coordinated their fire until enemies withdrew. By his extraordinary guidance, zealous initiative, and total dedication to duty, Sergeant Herbert reflects great credit upon himself and upheld the highest division of the Marine Corps in the United States Naval Service. The combat distinguishing device is authorized for the President. The United States of America, to all who receive these greetings, this certifies that the President of the United States of America has awarded the Purple Heart, established by General George Washington at Newburgh, New York, August 7, 1782, to Sergeant Thaddeus Herber, United States Marine Corps, for wounds received in action on 11 April 2012 in Afghanistan, given under my hand in the city of Washington the 2nd day of July 2012. Pete Wallhauser, Lieutenant General, United States Marine Corps, Commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces, Central Command. The President of the United States takes pride in presenting the Bronze Star Medal to Hospital Foreman Mark Connolly, United States Navy, for services set forth at Team 5, 2nd Marine Division Forward, 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force Forward, Afghanistan. On 21 November 2011, in support of Operation United States Marine Corps, Commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces, Central Command.
we're extremely proud and happy to be able to do that in this formation. The awards recommend, at least to recognize the heroic actions of these two outstanding Marines and sailors. And it's just symbolic and representative of the outstanding Marines and sailors throughout the organization. All that you do and you continue to do. Most important, I want to tell you, you look really good in your uniform today. You look really sharp. And that's just all about the professionalism that you do day in and day out. So keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing you do other great things for this nation and for our division. Take charge and carry out the plan of the day.
HM3 Mark Connolly from Corvallis, Montana, and right now I'm currently working with 1st LAR Battalion headquarters, and I'm just in charge of supply. So.
Okay. And who did you deploy with? And when?
Also deployed. It would have been last year, from 2011 in November to May 2012. I was also 1st LAR with Delta Company, 1st Platoon, and I was their platoon corpsman.
Okay. And can you tell me, how were you awarded the Bronze Star?
We said we just got in a firefight, and Corporal McMillan, he got shot through the leg, and so we just went over and just fixed him up.
It was it?
That's basically it.
When you were doing it, was it, you're like, I'm not going to get anything for this, I'm just doing another
Yeah,
thing.
I wasn't even thinking about it. Just, he needed it, so we did it. It's kind of the job, so.
Was there anything crazy that happened, or was it everything you were prepared and trained to do?
No, I'd been trained for it. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to probably do it without a lot of help of my boys, though, down the BAS. Of course, my old senior line, HM3 Adams, HM2 Barnard, HM2 Williams. A lot of my boys that helped me out, being able to figure that stuff out for me. So without them, it wouldn't have probably gone down so smooth.
So what's it like being a corpsman amongst many Marines, being out there deployed with them?
Yeah, it's got its ups and downs, it's the job. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but sometimes it just needs to tough it up. But still love them, though. It's still a lot of fun.
So can you tell me, what's it like to, for one thing, be awarded the Bronze Star, but you also have B on it. What does that mean to you?
No, that's kind of tough. Because in all honesty, it really is. Because I mean, there's a lot of guys that probably should deserve it too. They didn't get it, and there's a lot of people that have also gotten it before me too. That it's cool that I get to wear it. I'm very proud of that. But at the same time, it's like I said, I just did my job, and I love the fact that people would see that. But at the same point in time, it's just something that goes in the drawer eventually. But I'm pretty proud of it. Pretty sure my mom, she's more proud, but.
Excellent. So, what do you think it means to Marines, like standing out there in formation, watching you get pinned on this award, who maybe just have like the 2-stack GWAT like me? What does it mean to them to see you get that pinned on yourself?
I'd hope they'd kind of look up to it a little bit, be like, look, just actually do your job, and you freaking, sometimes, as long as you're doing what you're doing, you're going to be all right. That's basically it. Just do something, do your job. Whatever you're trained to do, just do it.
I'm Sergeant Herber, Thad, H-E-R-B-E-R, first name Thaddeus, T-H-A-D-D-E-U-S. I deployed at the end of 2011 with Charlie Company, 2nd Platoon, 1st Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion.
Okay, and who are you with now?
Right now I am TAD to 1 MEF.
Okay. And can I just get a hometown, Sergeant?
From New Braunfels, Texas.
Okay. So, can you tell me about your deployment? So how long were you deployed for?
We were deployed for right at 7 months.
Okay, and how was the deployment going throughout those 7 months?
A little rougher than I would have liked. We started off way down south, and we're just kind of working interdiction type missions, just stopping traffic from flowing north into the country. Then we got pulled out of that area and put in into the AO around Tagaz. That's where we worked the rest of the deployment, right along the river.
And where were you when you were, well, for your actions when you received it for the Bronze Star?
What it boils down to is we were in a gunfight, sitting there. We had gotten ambushed, and I moved myself and 2 other Marines forward into a low ditch, so that we could actually have more than 3 weapons firing back at these machine guns. And then while I was down there, Sergeant Kidd, who was another member of my squad, came over the radio letting me know that they were shifting to what would be effectively the long axis, so that they could fire down the trench we were in. So I told them, the other 2 Marines, to get out. I started firing. Corporal Tyler, an engineer with 3rd CEB, I believe, was shot high in the right thigh. He dropped. I stuck a tourniquet on him, and then with the information that they're moving this way, I drug him back behind the berm, and there was a little short wall back there. That was really what it boiled down to. Then continue the gunfight. Bird came in.
Okay. And throughout the span of what it seems like, what was that, like 5 minutes?
The entire firefight lasted just over 30 minutes. I think it was 31 minutes was the whole firefight. So it wasn't a knockdown, drag out, but it was steady, effective machine gun fire.
Okay. And while you were rescuing that Marine, was anything out of the ordinary, or were you trained for everything that happened there?
It was. There's one shortfall that I saw in our. In retrospect, you can Monday morning quarterback anything, but we never trained enough on getting ambushed. Marines train a lot on how to set up ambushes, how to ingress and egress from those positions, how to set up the killing zones, initiating these things. But it's an entirely different story when you get ambushed and the reaction to that, especially if it's a long distance ambush.
And what was that like, being Sergeant Marines, getting ambushed and having to be that leader?
To be honest, I didn't think it would be that easy. My Marines turned around, returned fire, got in position. I was doing the bare minimum. It was set up along the berm, and I had three Marines up there talking guns, doing exactly what they were trained to do. I didn't have to tell somebody to do something twice, not one time. They were phenomenal.
Excellent. So what does it mean today, being awarded that Bronze Star with a V in front of platoons of Marines? Some Marines only have, like 2 ribbons like myself. What does that mean for them to be watching yourself get pinned on a Bronze Star with a V?
Well, what it means to me is I got recognized for being in a position doing what any of the other Marines that were in that position would have done. I just happened to be the one in that position. They were all trained to do the same thing. The enemy's closing and you need to get to cover. You're not going to leave somebody there. That's just doing your job. I just happened to be in that place at that time. For the younger Marines, I don't know what it's what it's like. I don't know what's going through their head.